And we're live with another episode of the Summer Sessions. Welcome back, guys. We are scorching hot. Let it be known from the rooftops. Let it be known from down below in the sewers. Let everybody know. Let the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles know. Let the goddamn Marvel guys know. Let DC know. Let Spider-Man know. We are red fucking hot. 4-1 yesterday. Another great day. The only game that sold was Korea on the money line, which was just devastating. A 1-0 loss. As you guys were probably getting your nice night of sleep. I don't know what just happened with my brain there. I feel like I just short-circuited with how many times I just said nice. But we're scorching hot right now, guys. We're 28-9 in our last 37 wagers, and yesterday was an absolute banger. And I will say, speaking of the World Cup, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 10K subscribers. That would just be really cool to see on the YouTubes. It'd mean a lot. So please like, comment, subscribe. Send the show to a friend. Send the show to a buddy. Send the show to your grandma, your grandpa, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your nephew, your niece. And just say, take 20 minutes out of your day. Take 25 minutes out of your day. Have a little chuckle. Hopefully I make you guys laugh. Whoa! Breaking news live on the show. A blockbuster trade taking place between the Minnesota Timberwolves are acquiring Charlotte Hornets star LaMelo Ball in exchange for Naz Reid and 3 first-round pick swaps and 3 second-round picks. Wow, that actually shakes up the West like crazy. Now you're telling me Anthony Edwards has a point guard. So their starting five is going to be Jaden McDaniels, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert. That's nuts. Wow. Breaking news. Wow. That's insane, actually. Wow, the Minnesota Timberwolves just got way better in terms of offensive production and ability to bring the ball up. Wow, that's crazy. Not better on defense, though, but you don't really need that when you got Jaden and Rudy, so... You know, Naz Reid is generational, but now he goes to Charlotte with a bunch of picks. That's a brutal spot to be in if you're Naz. Wow, what a move. Shout out live news on the Summer Sessions. That's crazy. You guys just experienced that live with me. But back to what I was saying. The World Cup is crazy. I've also totally been indoctrinated and baptized into watching on Telemundo solely because I found out through a tweet that they don't show commercials during the hydration breaks. Which, you know, just to spin the block back on that. As someone that played soccer all year round during my high school years, like literally all year round, dead of summer, dead of winter, like the fact that they need hydration breaks in MetLife and some of these other states, and as someone that lived in Texas for 4 years and played some sports during the sun and didn't get any water breaks, I just, I know it's just a money ploy, but the hydration breaks, they grind my gears. If there was something that grinded my gears in this World Cup, it'd be the goddamn hydration breaks because, it's just a money ploy. If it was actually hot, like we were in the desert of Qatar like they were in the winter, and which is weird that they still need it in the winter, but whatever. If they were like dead in the heat in the dead of summer in a desert, I would get it. But being in like Chicago or Boston and needing a water break in 80-degree heat, give me a break, man. Give me a break. These guys used to do international friendlies. I remember watching Chelsea play Liverpool, or Chelsea play somebody when Eden Hazard and Willian were all on the team at MetLife in the dead of summer. No hydration breaks. So it's not like they haven't done it before. So, it's something else, man. I think it's crazy. It's ridiculous. But I've now been completely indoctrinated into Telemundo, and I love it. Because they don't show commercials during the hydration breaks. They just have like a little advertisement banner, and they show the players on the field for the entire hydration break, which is funny because it makes you think the hydration break is way longer than it is. Because I will say sometimes the commercials make it shorter, but when you're just watching the guys drink water and get talked to, it is funny, and I do enjoy it. However, all the commercials, all the commentating and everything is in Spanish, which I don't understand a lick of, but I enjoy it for what it is. But I was watching the Brazil game, which shout out Brazil. They look so good. Neymar came on. I almost shed a tear. I did shed one tear. One singular tear dropped from my right eye. It might have been because I was looking at my phone for an extended period of time, and I did one of those where you like blink and you look up really high, and then like you get a little tear. But I'm gonna say it was because Neymar came on the field for the last 15 minutes. It was awesome, dude. That Brazil team, we look so good now. Vinny is not getting talked about enough. You know, everyone's talking about Harry Kane, Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo. Vinny is playing at the highest level in this World Cup. He's playing just as good as those guys, and for some reason, nobody wants to talk about our boy Vinny. So I'll spread his flowers all over this goddamn show. So shout out Vinny and our World Cup winner, Brazil, who we need to win the World Cup. I need it, guys. I need it. So bad. And they look good now. That last game, they looked great. Obviously, you know, you're not playing a great team in Scotland, but a tough team in Scotland. And to beat them the way they did, it felt like Brazil's finally kind of stamped themselves as here in the tournament, which is exactly what we needed. However, I was watching the Brazil game, took a shower. The shower's over here. When I got out of the shower, Vinny had scored. And the guy started with, "Go!" And when he started, I was like, "Oh, let's go." And I walked across the hallway to the bedroom. While I was changing, you could still, he had not reached the L yet. I put on new clothes, combed my hair, put some product in my hair, checked my phone, sat on my bed for a second, and then went back across the hall to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, put some lotion on my face, put some lotion on my hands. And when I came out of the bathroom, he was just reaching the and it went on for another, had to be 2 minutes. That had to have been a 7-minute goal of him. It was so long that when I came back out of the bathroom, I thought they scored again. And they were like just getting ready to start play. Like that was the longest. And I think that's what I like about Telemundo too, is that they just, you know you don't get a lot of goals in the game of soccer. And they get they squeeze every ounce of it out. They squeeze every ounce of it out. Which I just, something nice about that. I got some ice cream yesterday. I was like, I'm not a big sweets guy, but I was like, you know what? I want to go get some ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in a minute. I asked my nephew if he wanted any. He said no, but I went to go get some ice cream. And I walked into the ice cream shop, and I don't know if this is a hot take or not. Ice cream shops are one of the most intimidating places on the planet Earth. One, the people that work there, they're all really young kids, and they just want you to go quick. I'm making a decision that could affect my entire night. If I pick the wrong ice cream flavor and I don't like it, or I pick the wrong toppings, for me, it's ruined. And listen, I know you want to get out of work. I know you want it to go quickly. But I'm trying to pick an ice cream flavor here that's gonna make my night, okay? I want my night to be made. I don't want my night to be ruined. And I already don't have sweets a lot. And I walked in there, and the problem with ice cream shops is they got all the flavors on the board. And I've got the Gen Z, whatever, reading ability where I scan. I don't read, I just scan. And when there's 30 flavors, my brain starts short-circuiting. And I need to take in how many flavors, because what I'm doing is I'm looking for strawberry. I grew up eating strawberry ice cream with my dad, so I love a strawberry ice cream, and it is an embarrassing flavor to order. But I got to find it on the board everywhere I go, and I couldn't find it on the board because there were so many goddamn flavors, and they were all in different fonts. And, ice cream shops, they try to get too cute. I already know I'm getting ice cream, okay? I don't need to walk in there feeling like I'm in a fun house or I'm going to a birthday party, all right? Let's just militarize the ice cream shopping experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flavors. Keep it simple. Keep the board simple. 5 toppings. That's all I need. When you throw that many flavors at me, I go, oh, maybe I do want to try raspberry peanut butter. Or maybe mint chocolate chip mixed with vanilla and Wolverine hide sounds good. Maybe red wine with a side of margarita in ice cream flavor does sound good. Like when there's too many flavors, I get overwhelmed. But either way, I looked at the board for 15 minutes. Just so you know, while this is happening, one of the girls behind the ice cream creating station was going, I can take you guys if you're ready. I can take you if you're ready. I can take you if you're ready. To everyone that walked in, I can take you guys if you're ready. The minute people walked in, I was standing there looking at the ice cream board. A family comes in before they even had a chance to breathe. I can take you guys if you're ready. And I'm sitting there, and she finally goes, sir, I can take you if you're ready. I go, all right, yeah, I'm good to go. And the problem with ordering ice cream, too, is there's 7 workers behind the thing. There's families with little kids behind you. I get self-conscious that I'm going to order the wrong thing. Or that people are going to go, I can't believe he just ordered that. And I really wanted strawberry ice cream. But I folded at the last second because I didn't feel masculine enough in front of all these families and all these workers. And I was about to say strawberry. And then I went, I'll do the mint chocolate chip, no toppings, which, and again, ruined the night. It ruined my night. Got back in my car with my mint chocolate chip, no toppings. Normally I go strawberry ice cream, gummy worms, and Sour Patch Kids, or whatever sour worms they have. And now I'm sitting there looking down the barrel of what I'm going to be eating at 70 years old, and it's just mint chocolate chip, no toppings. And it was just, it was the ones and twos of how fucking stupid I am as a person. Because, like, what am I doing getting overwhelmed by an ice cream shop? But I did. I got overwhelmed by an ice cream shop. In other sports news, what's going on with the WNBA and Caitlin Clark? How have we not gotten over the fact that she's the only reason that a lot of these women in the WNBA are able to put food on the table as a main career in the WNBA? We got Lexi Heald. I believe that's her name. Lexi Heald. After Caitlin Clark goes to the ground, she's dribbling down the lane. She goes to the ground. It's a loose ball. 3 players from the Phoenix Mercury decide to jump onto Caitlin Clark. She legitimately got jumped in the middle of a basketball game. 3 players decide to jump on Caitlin Clark. One of them has their hands on her shoulders, and her name is Lexi Heald. Decides to take her fist and just hit Caitlin Clark in the jugular. Just slip off the shoulder and deliver a shot to Caitlin Clark's jugular. No foul is called, no technical is called, no flagrant is called. Everyone just moves on with the game after 3 women jumped on Caitlin Clark and one decided to deliver, a mounted shot to the jugular. And it just leaves you sitting there going, what are we doing? Is everyone aware that the woman you just punched in the jugular is the only reason why your games aren't being played on Tubi? Are they aware that without Caitlin Clark, no one would know anything about the WNBA as it is? Is everyone aware of that? Because every time she goes on the floor, it just seems as though everyone is trying to get theirs in. And I understand a lot of it has to do with people like me and the media that say absurd things. I don't think they're absurd. It has to do with people like me in the media that say that she's the greatest of all time, which she is. That say that she's the reason why people watch the WNBA, which is true. Which say she is legitimately the greatest thing to ever happen to the WNBA because they just got a massive contract extension. They just got massive deals. They take private planes now. And all of this is true. And I think, a lot of the women in the WNBA obviously feel a jealousy towards her. But when someone does something that improves your quality of life, wouldn't you think you wouldn't be a total asshole? Wouldn't you think you wouldn't be a total dick and punch her in the jugular when she's on the ground? And if you're the referees in the front office of the WNBA, I'd like to think you step in and go, this should be a foul and a technical. Because there is no reason in this basketball play that fist should have ever slipped off the shoulder or even been close to punching Caitlin Clark in the jugular. There was no reason in that play 3 women had to be on top of her. The ball had already squeaked out by the time the punch was delivered. And, it's just, you're sitting here going, how dumb can these women be? Like, genuinely, how dumb can these women be? And I'm not saying that to be sexist. It's just like, how dumb can you be? Like, you're punching the only reason why you're able to take a private plane home after the game. You're punching the only reason why you're able to make a 7-figure contract playing in the WNBA. And that's just me giving you the P's and Q's. That's just me dotting my T's, crossing my I's, if you know what I'm saying. But whatever, who cares? They're going to keep doing whatever they want to do. It's just stupid. It's silly. It's dumb. A great slate of World Cup games yesterday, though. Shout out Brazil. They looked phenomenal. Shout out the Phillies, our only baseball bet. Shout out smacked in the jaw. Nobody wants to talk about it, but we're all sitting baseball bets. That Morocco game was nuts. The Canada game was crazy. Let's get to today's picks and plays, ladies and gentlemen. We have 6 more games on today. I'm feeling dialed. I'm feeling riled. So let's get into it. I really like today's games. Obviously, the U.S. is playing today, which is awesome, and it's everything that we need as a country to be able to watch the U.S. play tonight. But we're going to start Ecuador, Germany. I'm taking both teams to score in Germany -1.5. I didn't really know what to do here in this game, guys. I feel like this is a weird game because the South American countries have kind of been disappointing outside of Argentina and Brazil. Colombia, Ecuador, and Uruguay have really not excited or done nearly what I thought they were going to do in this tournament. And I feel like playing a team like Germany, if you're Ecuador, I feel like Ecuador can score. So I like the both teams to score in this game. I obviously know Germany's going to score. But something about the lines was scaring me a little bit. If I could have just looked at this game and not seen the odds and not seen the lines, I would have clicked Germany's team total over 2.5. I would have clicked Germany minus 1.5 easily. But there's something weird about the lines, and it might be for the qualifications and whatever that is. But I'm going to take both teams to score, and I'm going to take Germany minus 1.5 just because I could see this game being 3-1. Or I could see it being 2-0. I have my minus 1.5 ticket potentially cashing in. Ecuador scores a stupid late goal. And I'm going, wow, why don't I just take both teams to score in a game like this? So I'm going to take Ecuador and Germany, both teams to score, and Germany minus 1.5. Moving to the USA game, just because it's going to be generational. You got to take USA money line. I don't care that it's against Turkey. This game reeks of a draw. I could care less. I'm taking USA money line, and I'm going back to our wagon that's hit in every game they've played. I'm taking USA team total over 1.5. We're a 2-goal kind of country right now. Back in the day, the past 9,000 World Cups, we've been a no-goal kind of country, or a 1-goal in a lucky header kind of country, ball bouncing around the box, own goal kind of country. We're now a score 2-goal kind of country, and it feels good. And McKinney and Dest on that right-hand side, what they did last game, I don't even care if we were playing Germany. Those two are so connected right now, and if we get Christian back, that only helps us. I love us to score 2 goals. I think we can score 2 against Turkey. I think we can beat Turkey. And I think if we win all 3 of our group stage games going into the knockout stages, how on fire is this country going to be? And I want to root for that. So I'm taking USA money line in the team total. Ivory Coast Curacao, I'm taking the over 2.5. I think this is the first game where Ivory Coast can kind of do what we said yesterday Morocco is going to do, kind of roll your shoulder back, take a deep breath, and finally have your offense open up. I wouldn't be shocked if Jan Diamandi scored. That kid's story is amazing, and he's going to be on that right-hand side. And I also wouldn't be shocked if it's 2-1 and Curacao gets a goal, to be honest with you, in games like this where both teams have kind of been not very impressive. But I like the over 2.5 here with Ivory Coast Curacao. Netherlands minus 2.5 against Tunisia. Netherlands is fully heated up in this tournament, by the way. They're a really scary team going to the knockout stages. They're a really scary team right now. I love Netherlands minus 2.5 here. I don't mind Somerville to score or assist. He's been unbelievable. I think he's one of these guys that after the World Cup, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets purchased from his team by a really big club for a large amount of money. I love Netherlands minus 2.5 here against Tunisia. It's, again, these games where you're in the last group stage game or your second to last group stage game, and you've had 2 games to warm up and find your chemistry and find what works and understand the guys that you're playing with in a game scenario, not just practice, and understand where they like the ball, where they like to cut, where they like to be, you start being able to open it up. And especially when your players are as good as teams like Germany and Netherlands and Portugal and Brazil, the more game time you get with players, the quicker it is for you to acclimate when you're all really top-class players. And when you're Netherlands playing a team like Tunisia, you should be able to pick them apart like it's P's and Q's, dotting your T's, crossing your I's. So I love Netherlands minus 2.5 here. I'm not going to take the team total because I think the team total is like 2.5 minus 180, 3.5 like plus 130. I don't really want to take a shot at 4 goals, but I think Netherlands can win 3-0. So I love that. Japan, Sweden over 2.5. I'm confused why this is like minus 110. Sweden has literally 3 Elanga, Isaac, and Gyökeres. I don't understand how Sweden doesn't score 1. And the way Japan plays is they absorb, and then counter. And the way that Sweden wants to play, I'm sure they don't mind firing balls into the box. And I think they're going to be caught on the counter a couple times. So I love Japan and Sweden over 2.5. I might put a little bit of money on it. I might not take it, but I think Sweden is alive in this game as a big dog. I think Japan is the favorite right now, so I wouldn't be shocked if Sweden won this game, to be totally honest with you, with the way Japan plays. Sweden has massive strikers. So looping balls into the box, like Isaac is going to be able to get on top of everything. Gyökeres knows how to clean it up in front of net. Elanga's huge. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Sweden just outpowers Japan, but the way Japan plays is they want you to throw those long balls in the box so they can get out and break. So I like the over 2.5. I think that's going to be a really open game. Just because everyone wants to bet in every single game, Paraguay and Australia, both teams to score. I hate that game. I wouldn't be shocked if it's 0-0, nobody scores, and it's the worst game ever, but I'm just going to take both teams to score because I feel like everyone wants a pick in every single game, so I'm trying to appease everybody. But if I were being realistic, I'm probably not. I probably wouldn't bet that game. I'm gonna bet that game now because I gave it out to you guys. But if I was being realistic, I probably wouldn't bet that game. But it's a World Cup. It only comes around every 4 years. We're gonna bet that game. On the baseball diamond, I'm taking the Mariners and Bryce Miller. I love that play. I might sprinkle on the Royals and Seth Lugo on the bump, but I don't know. The Rays are pretty good, so I don't know if I really want to do that. Phillies -1.5 with Christopher Sanchez on the bump. We're going back to the Phillies. They've been our little cash cow. Freddie Peralta's on the bump for the Mets, but the Cubs have been nails, so maybe I'll take the Cubs. Let's boil down I'm taking the Mariners. I'm taking the Cubs. I think the Cubs are heating up at the right time. The Mets are really that bad. Give me the Yankees or Schitler on the bump. Those would be my 3 baseball bets. I'm going to lock in after this. The system may not have hit with taking the fever. However, Caitlin Clark 3+3s smacked in the goddamn jaw. How you doing? How you been? So smack that. A little bit of Mikey Core, guys. Speak positively to yourself. I think something I've really been trying to focus on as I've been getting older is if you spoke the way you normally speak to yourself to someone else, they wouldn't be your friend anymore and you'd be disgusted by yourself. And I find myself getting caught in really negative feedback loops with myself. And it's really bad, and it's something I talk about with my therapist a lot in terms of how are you going to have a good day when you just tell yourself the worst things all day, or you remind yourself of the worst things all day, or you keep constantly reminding yourself of the things that maybe have made you upset in the past. And I think a lot of it is just reminding yourself to speak positively, be your own best friend. And I think that can be really hard because, we spend the most time with ourselves. We've been through everything with ourselves. So we know all the bad stuff. We know all the stuff that makes us angry. We know all the stuff that makes us, not want to be in a good mood. And we're really hard on ourselves because we're our own worst critic, right? You spend the most time with yourself, so you have high expectations on yourself. And when you don't do something great or you do something that's embarrassing, you hammer yourself interiorly. And that's something that I've really struggled with. And if you've struggled with that, just remind yourself to speak positively. Say nice things to yourself. Have grace with yourself if you're making a mistake or if you're making mistakes or if you've done something that's not great. Be positive with yourself and have grace with yourself. If you're going through a tough time, be gentle with yourself. If you're going through a tough time, give yourself the grace to get through it. Be gentle enough so that you feel as though you can get through it. And if you're struggling with something, please go get help. I do therapy. It's been absolutely amazing. I love every single second of it. It's been awesome for me. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I love you so much. Take one step forward. I know how hard it can be to take a step forward, but if we take one step forward every single day, you'd be shocked how far along we're going to be this time next year. I love you guys so much, and we will see you here tomorrow for our Picks-a-Palooza.